Om Shanti. Let's begin with a few minutes of reflection. Keep your body still and become aware of your attention that is scattered in many places right now. Just collect your attention from everywhere and bring it to your face. Slowly, gently, unplug your attention from everywhere that it is scattered and bring it to your face. In this moment, the only thing I'm aware of is my face. There is a peace, calmness, a gentle smile on my face. Now move your attention to your eyes. And then to the point in between your eyes. And let your attention pierce the skin and enter that point behind your eyes where you, the soul, reside. As I allow my attention to enter the inner world through the point between the eyes, I reach myself. I, the soul, the star of light, sitting behind the eyes. As I connect with myself, I appreciate how stable I am. I'm a very stable, unwavering point of light. Completely still, silent, and peaceful. This is who I am. A still, silent, and peaceful being. I, the point, am absolutely still. There is no movement whatsoever, external or internal. My energy is calm and very, very peaceful. This is me. This is how it feels to be me. I am a peaceful soul. Peace is my nature. Peace is my resonance. Peace is who I am. Let me stay connected with my peace and dwell on it for some time. Om Shanti. So yesterday we started talking about who am I really? And I shared with you that you are not the physical, you are the non-physical sitting in the physical. So you are the soul sitting in this body. And we will learn more about the soul. But first, I would like to talk about attention. So you see, we have this capacity called attention. And just like in the beginning of the meditation, I asked you to observe where your attention is. Now, right at this point of time, there are millions of events going on in the world. And I need to ask myself, where is my attention? Because wherever my attention is, there lies my experience. So, if your attention is on the screen right now, then you are experiencing the spiritual class. If your attention is somewhere else, then that is where your experience is. And attention is like a muscle. So, just like some muscles, if you don't exercise, they lose their flexibility. And when you want to move them in a certain direction, they refuse to be moved, or they kind of, there is an obstruction that you feel in its movement. Similarly, our attention muscle has not been exercised to move inwards for very long. So we have been always paying attention to the external world, to the body, to everything that is physical around us. And this is why we have stopped using or flexing our attention muscle in a manner that we can turn it inwards and experience what is inwards. Now, you must appreciate this one fact first, that you have these eyes, and these eyes are only designed to see or perceive that which is physical, or for that matter, all our five sense organs, whether it is the tongue or the eyes or the ears or the nose or the skin, they are designed only for perception of the physical world. You cannot perceive the non physical world with this. Or for that matter, you can't even turn them inwards. So, can you turn your eyes and see your heart, which is inside your body? You can't even see your heart by turning your eyes within. So, these two eyes that we have are designed only to see outside. You can't see inside with them. But the question arises, do we see with our eyes or do we see with our attention? Because you can perceive more than what your eyes can see. So your eyes can't see the past right now or the future, or they can't see what's happening in some other country or in the other room, but your attention can move there and you can perceive all of that, and you can experience all of that through by paying attention to it. So, this attention, this capacity of attention can be used to perceive what is not perceptible to the external eye or to the external organs. So, this is why we need to exercise the attention muscle so that we can plug it inside and go within and experience what is within by paying attention. Now, you see, sometimes when we learn meditation, then, and I tell you that you become aware of the soul behind the eyes, then sometimes people will try to, contort their eyes in a certain manner and try to force them to see inside. But however much you turn your eyes in a different fashion, your eyes are not capable of seeing what is inside the body, let alone what is not perceptible to the physically, or what doesn't pertain to the physical world. So you can't see yourself or become aware of yourself as a soul by turning your eyes within. You can only see yourself or become aware of yourself by turning your attention within. So that dhyan ki shakti, your attention, you have to use to become aware of things that are not perceptible through these five senses. So this is something about attention that we need to understand. And the more you practice turning it inwards, this attention muscle gets flexed and it is then capable of turning within more and more. Okay, so this is about exercising the attention muscle. Now, today we want to learn more about the soul. So, you must have heard that the soul is an energy. So, many people will tell you that the soul is an energy. Now, first things first, that I don't have a soul, I am a soul and I have a body, right? So, yesterday also we understood that when somebody dies, you say they left. So, the body is there, and who are they? So, they are the soul. So, I am the soul, I have this body, I reside in this body, but I am a soul. I don't have a soul. So, I am a soul, I have a body. Now, the soul is an energy, as you must like you must have heard earlier also. Now we all know that the soul is an energy, but what kind of energy is it? Is it thermal energy, nuclear energy, chemical energy? What kind of energy is it? What type of energy is the soul? So we will learn about that today. Now, the soul is an energy of seven qualities. So there are seven qualities which make the soul. So qualities are energy. So the seven qualities are knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. Knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. So, I will give you a very interesting and funny way to remember this. So, these seven qualities start with KPPLHBP, right? So, knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. So, you can remember it like KP Prasad ke low high blood pressure. Okay, so this is the interesting way you can adopt to remember this. KP Prasad ke low high blood pressure. So that is knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. So they start with the first alphabet. Now, these seven qualities, they are the basic design of the soul, or this is what energy the soul is made up of. Now, love is an energy, purity is an energy, and that is what we are made up of. Now, mostly, these days we are running out of energy because the quotient of peace or love or happiness or bliss or knowledge or power is very low in souls today. This is why it would be right to call ourselves depleted souls at this point of time, because the energy that we are composed of is very low in quantum right now. So that is why we are basically depleted right now. But this is the basic design of the soul, or what the soul is made up of, or what you and I are made up of. Now, you see, there is a law: wherever attention goes, energy flows, and that thing grows. Now, you see, we are made up of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. But now we have acquired many other stuff within ourselves. So, yesterday we talked about the soul having a man, buddhi, and sanskar, right? So, the sanskars, or the acquired qualities that the soul has acquired on this journey are many. So although the basic sanskar of the soul, or the original quality of the soul, is these seven qualities, but right now we have lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed, yes, jealousy, criticism, so many sanskars we have right now. Now, just take a note of what do you pay attention to all day. So, do you use a thought like, I am very unhappy, or I am experiencing fear, or I am experiencing worry right now more frequently in a day? Or do you say, I'm peaceful and I'm loveful and I'm happy more in a day? So, what is it that you are paying attention to? So, you have everything. You have within you love, peace, purity, happiness, bliss also. And you have knowledge also. But how many times do you say, I know, or I'm in control, or I'm peaceful, I'm loveful, I'm happy? And how many times do you believe this? And on the contrary, how many times do you create a thought, I'm worried, I'm fearful, I'm unhappy, I'm not sure, I don't know what's going to happen, I'm not feeling very powerful, I'm feeling very low energy? So, what kind of thoughts are you creating all day? So, if you take a note and evaluate, you will find that you are paying more attention to your negative qualities all day. So all day the basic commentary going on inside is I'm unhappy, or I'm not sure, or I don't know, or I'm fearful, or I don't know what's going to happen. So these kinds of thoughts that you are taking is basically paying attention to the negative sanskar in you. And the law says wherever attention goes, energy flows and that thing grows. So, what is growing inside you? What is growing is the negative bit, because we are always paying attention to the negative lot. Now, you see, in the meditation that I conducted for you in the beginning, I asked you to unplug your attention from the external world, go within, and consider yourself to be a stable and peaceful soul, and let your attention rest on your stability or your peace as a quality. So, when you do that, you are paying attention to the peace within you, to the stability within you. And according to the law of attention, when you are paying attention to your peace and stability, that is growing. And whatever grows will manifest in your personality. So, slowly, gradually, the more you pay attention to the peaceful side in you or the stable side in you, then that grows and that starts becoming part of your personality. So, right now, I may be a peaceless soul because I have paid more attention to my peacelessness and I have become that. So, whatever you do for a long time, you will become that. Yesterday, we learned that law that whatever you do many times, you become that. So, similarly, since we have paid a lot of attention to our peacelessness, we have become peaceless. Now, when I pay attention to my peacefulness, I will become peaceful. So, this is what meditation is all about. It is about knowing you who you are and going back to becoming who you are again. So, you are a peaceful soul by basic design. And now, when you remind yourself and cultivate that peace within yourself by time and again paying attention to it, you go back to being peaceful again. So, this is about meditation. The aim of meditation is going back to again becoming who we originally are. All right. So, now these are the 7 qualities that we were made up of, and now we have lost them. Now, why did we lose them? So, why did we lose them is a very interesting question. So, we lost them because the law says if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. We lost these qualities because we didn't use them. And the law says if you don't use it, you lose it. Now, somewhere in the journey, we had this misconception, or some we were taught erroneously that you need to find these things outside. So, somewhere down the line we were told that you are not knowledgeful, you need knowledge from outside. You are not peaceful, somebody else will give you peace. You are not happy, some things will give you happiness. Or you are not love, somebody else has to love you. Right? So, whenever a child is born, what is the child taught? The child is taught mummy loves you, papa loves you, your mama loves you, your chacha loves you. They don't tell you, you are love. Had you been told, I love you or you are love? So we were all told that I love you, and when other people love you, you receive that love. We were never told that you are love. So when we are told that we need these things from outside, and we are not told that we are this or we are love, we are peace, we are happiness, then what we do is we keep waiting for it to come from outside. And in doing so, we don't use them from inside to outside. So we don't express them in action, we wait to expect them in action. So life was about expression, but it somewhere became about expectation because we did not understand that we are an embodiment of these qualities, and since we have them within us, we just need to express them. But because of this conditioning that you need it from outside, we stopped expressing them and started expecting them. And in this expectation, we waited and waited and kept blocking our own energy, never using it in action, and nobody gave it from outside. And because we didn't use it and kept waiting and expecting, we lost it. Okay, so there is a uh, error in our conditioning, and our conditioning has been that other people are supposed to love you, or things are supposed to make you happy, or resorts and vacations are supposed to give you peace, or so position power is supposed to make you feel powerful. But basically that is not the basic design. I am peaceful, I am happy, I am powerful, I am loveful, and when I express this in action, then this will grow. But we did not express it, we waited it, and in waiting, we just blocked our energy. And in blocking this, less and less of it is available to us with every passing day. So, this is where the whole problem lies. Now, related to this, I would like to talk to you about the purpose of relationships today. So, most people believe, and if you also try to ask yourself this question deeply, that what are relationships for, or what is the purpose of relationships, then most people believe that relationships are meant to fulfill our expectations. So we think that we need other people so that they can fulfill us, and other people believe that we are there for them to fulfill them. So so if there are four people in a household, four of them are only expecting and nobody is willing to give, because we are all going by that same belief system that the other person is supposed to fulfill me, and nobody believes that I am here to fulfill this person in the relationship. Although we say that I love you and you love me back, but it's always, that I love you is just a bait, and all you want is for them to love you back. You don't want to love anybody. So we just want other people. So we dangle this bait and we say, I love you and I will take care of you and I will be concerned about you. And then all we want, or we actually think, is that when I give this false promise, this person would start loving me and caring for me, and that is what I need. So basically, we are living in a setup where we always think that other people are capable and obliged to fulfill me in a relationship, and I don't have to do much because relationships are only for expecting and not for giving. So, and some people say that I believe in give and take, but then I believe in giving what I have and taking what I want, not taking what they have, or not giving what they want. So we always believe that I will give what I have and take what I need. But then we never consider that the other person might be willing to give something differently. So the whole purpose of relationships has been forfeited because we do not understand that life is about expressing, not expecting. So basically, relationships are not there to fulfill you. If relationships were there to fulfill you, then and you needed somebody else to complete you, then you would have been sent in pairs, but you are sent alone. Yes, so you come alone, you go alone, and you are sufficient to lead a life of fulfillment on your own. But then, why do we need people around us? We need people around us not to expect but to express, because you have too much within you. You have a lot of love, you have a lot of happiness, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of peace. So, when you have all of this, you need other people so that you can share it with. So basically, the purpose of relationships is not for expecting from them or for them to fulfill you. It's for you to express what you have been given, what you have been filled within you, so that that can multiply. Because only in giving can the gifts of nature given to you multiply. So just imagine a day when you get up and there is nobody you have to do anything for. There is no work waiting for you. There is no person waiting for you. There is nothing that is waiting for you. And imagine that you know that this situation is going to last for another 20 years or the whole lifetime, and there will be nobody waiting for you. Would that be a good life? Would that be a good life? There is nobody and nothing waiting for you. No work, no person, nothing waiting for you. Would that be a good life? That would be very miserable, do you know? And because this whole setup, this whole world is about expressing what we have. And if there is nobody that we can share our gifts with, it would be very miserable. But you know, because we don't understand this, we keep using this language. I do this for you, and I do this for them, and I have to do this work, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. But the thing is, if you don't have to do anything and there is nobody waiting for you to do anything for them, that would be very, very miserable. So instead of thinking that you are obliging other people by fulfilling their expectations, you should thank other people and work for being around you, so that it gives you an opportunity to express yourself inside out. So you should, from today onwards, start thanking that work, thanking those people who are around you, and giving you an opportunity to express whatever is contained within you. Because if you didn't express, it won't multiply. Do you understand that in this coronavirus situation, since we are not able to go out and children are not able to go to school, and youth are not able to go to college, then they are not able to express the love that we have they have within them, or the knowledge that they have within them. There is no interaction. And do you understand that is taking a toll on their ability? So 5 years from now, if they are not why do we talk about even 5 years? 1 year, and you are not expressing whatever is contained within you, and you lose the ability to do that. Do you know that you had the ability to interact freely? And these days, people are very comfortable switching off their videos because their ability to interact face to face is getting lost because you are not using that ability. This is why time and again we are asking you to switch on your videos, because it is not about me, it is about you. We are all losing our abilities of interaction, of communication. Do you remember earlier it was so easy to talk to people, and these days we are not able to talk to people directly. We prefer sending a message instead. So we are more comfortable writing down our feelings and sending. Our ability to interact face to face has got less and less since we have stopped using that ability. There are so many abilities that we have lost in the last 20, 30 years. Do you remember how many phone numbers you could remember 20 years back? You could remember a whole list of 10, 20, 30 phone numbers, 10 digit ones by heart. And now you don't even remember your own phone number. Why? Because you stopped using that ability. And there are so many abilities, both spiritual, mental, physical, all of these, which were in us, and because we stopped using them, they are not available to us anymore. And this is also true of the ability to create peace, to create love, to create beauty. Now, you see, earlier you had the ability to analyze something and conclude something on your own. Nowadays, you are listening to so many views that your own ability to analyze a situation and come to a conclusion is lost, because we are thinking less and, listening more. So we are just listening and going on passively listening to all the views that other people are expressing, and not stopping to evaluate them on our own, or churn them inside and find some creamy butter which will nourish my brain or my mental faculty. So these are the ways in which we are losing our abilities by not using them. And similarly, we lost our ability to stay peaceful, happy, loveful, blissful, powerful, because we started believing that these are things that we need from outside. Why do you need a vacation or a holiday or a park or a resort to feel peaceful? Can't you just stay peaceful on your own? Can't you just create that thought in your mind and stay peaceful? After all, when you go to a resort, who says I am peaceful? You only create that thought. It's only that when you reach the resort, you create that, and you don't create it when you are at home. So it is you who is creating the thought, and the thought is leading to a feeling. So if you want a feeling, a thought is enough. You don't need a resort or a gift or somebody's compliment or appreciation or approval to feel a certain way. You can create that own feeling with your own thought, because you are capable of doing that. But because we have stopped using that ability, we have lost that ability gradually. Now, you see, this brings us to a very big question, which is, who is basically responsible for the way I think or feel? Is it the trigger, or is it me who is creating that thought? Now, let me give you a very simple example which will substantiate this very clearly. Let's say somebody gifted you a laptop, and they gave you a very nice laptop and you liked it, and then you were happy. And then if I ask you what made you happy, you will say the laptop made me happy. So I am happy because of the laptop. But then suddenly somebody comes and they say that, oh, this person gifted you this model. This model is very out of fashion these days. There is another model that has come up, which is, I will show you, I have that model. And you should have told that person to gift you that model instead. So this is so obsolete. And why did that person care to give you this model of the laptop? So then suddenly your happiness goes out of the window. Now, the happiness that you experienced in the first instance, you believe that it is because of the laptop. But then the laptop is still there. That same laptop, which you thought was making you happy, is still there, but your happiness is not there. Why? Because your happiness is not because of the laptop, it's because of the thought you create when you get that laptop. So when you create that thought, I am happy because I received a new laptop, you are happy. And then you create a thought, I'm miserable because this laptop is no good, then your happiness goes out of the window. So this means that your state of mind doesn't depend on what is outside. It depends on how you are thinking about what is outside. So basically, our feelings are only and only a product of our thought. It has got nothing to do with what is outside. But because we stopped recognizing this fact and started believing that our feelings are because of what is happening outside, we started trying to change everything on the external, change how people talk to us, change how situations are, change our financial status, change our post and position to feel a certain way. But basically, your feeling is about your thought, and your thought is your creation. So, if you want to feel a certain way, it is just a thought away. It is not a situation away or a behavior away. It is just a thought away. And once you take that thought, you arrive at that feeling. Now, this is not to say that you don't work or you don't earn or you don't acquire post and position. You do that, but you don't do that for peace or happiness. You do that while you are happy and peaceful. So you should know that your inner state and the outer achievement are independent of each other, and your inner state is not a byproduct of that achievement. On the contrary, it is vice versa. Your external achievements are a byproduct of your inner state, because it is very, very clear that when you start to conquer the world in a peaceful and happy state, then it is more probable that you will succeed in it, rather than if you start to conquer the world to have a peaceful and happy state. Because an unhappy or a peaceless person has very less power to over his mind alone, so how can he have power over others and situations? So this is something that we need to understand, that I am peaceful, I am happy. My basic design is that. And somewhere I started believing that these things should be taken from outside. And so we kept blocking our energy and being miserable. And then gradually, less and less of that energy is now available to us. And we are all basically depleted souls today because of this process of losing our qualities because we didn't use them. Okay, so this is about the journey of the soul in a very concise manner. And today I will talk about this practice a little. So you see, we had these original sanskars of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. And right now, our sanskars have become very different because we started acquiring other sanskars by blocking these sanskars. So, when you blocked your peace, you acquired peacelessness. When you blocked your love, you acquired criticism or complaint or hatred or other sanskars or anger. So, these are the sanskars we kept acquiring when we started blocking the original ones. Now, we have a whole family of negative sanskars within us. Now, we need to change our sanskars within to feel the way we used to feel in our original state. How do we change them? So, for this, we use a very important law, and meditation is based on this law. And the law says your brain cannot differentiate between imagination and reality. So, your brain cannot differentiate between imagination and reality. So, there have been experiments in the world which prove this law. So, I don't remember in some international university, I don't remember the name, but it was experimented that there were two groups, and one group was assigned to play piano for a certain number of hours, that is, physically practice playing piano for a certain number of hours and stay in that environment of music. And another group was asked to sit quietly and play the piano in their mind for that same number of hours and imagine they are in that musical environment. And after a few days, both the groups were studied with respect to the changes in their brain due to the effect of music. And it was discovered that the group that played piano and the group that just visualized or imagined that there is music around them and they are in that environment of music for that number of hours had similar changes in the brain pattern, because the brain doesn't know that this is imagination and this is something that is actually happening around me. I will give you another very simple example which illustrates this. Now, you see, for example, you like a certain sweet, maybe you like gulab jamun, and then if you see gulab jamun, if you think of gulab jamun or eat gulab jamun, in all the three cases, your mouth will water, because your brain doesn't know that right now they are only thinking, so there's nothing to be happy about it. So the brain doesn't know the difference between you thinking about gulab jamun and you eating gulab jamun. Okay, so the same physical response takes place when you think about something and you actually do it. And we use this faculty in meditation. So, yesterday I told you how sanskars are formed. I told you that there is a habit of thought, feeling, attitude, and action. And how do you form that habit? By repeatedly engaging in that activity over and over again. Now, whether you engage in that activity physically or mentally is immaterial to the brain. So, when you want to create a habit of peace, you don't have to go and live in a place which is peaceful. You can just go within and connect with a peaceful state of you, the soul, and that is enough to change the habit of your brain to that of peace. So, when you start thinking of yourself in a peaceful manner, when you start creating those feelings of peace mentally, every day repeatedly, then your thought pattern, feelings pattern, patterns of attitude, they start changing from peaceless to peaceful. So, this is why when we meditate, we visualize also. So, you have to understand another law of the brain, that you need a picture corresponding to a thought for there to be concentration. So, whenever you are meditating, so when I give you a commentary, then I tell you, go within, there is a small point of light. So, what you need to do is create an image, be creative, and try to create an image, because I told you the eyes can't see within. So you will not be able to turn your eyes and see the soul. What you have to do is you have to create a visual of a point of light. Why do you create a visual? You see, you studied in the biology book that the heart is here. Now, can you have you ever cut open the body and seen the heart? You have not seen the heart. But if I ask you to visualize your heart is here, you can visualize it because you have received the knowledge that the heart is here and it is beating. And if I ask you to take your attention to your heart and visualize it is there and beating, then you can experience it by paying your attention to it. Similarly, you have received the knowledge that behind the eyes there is a small point of light called the soul, and that soul is very peaceful in energy. So, what you do is, on the basis of this knowledge, you take your attention to that point behind the eyes, visualize that there is a point of light, and the energy of that point is peaceful. And the more you pay attention to it, the peace grows, the experience grows, and the habit of peace also grows. So, this is the method that we are using to change our sanskars from acquired to the original ones. All right, we will carry on tomorrow. There is a question, and I will answer that, and we will have a short meditation after that. Why women have to do everything? It's tiring to manage multiple things like work, home, kids, etc. You don't have to do anything. Okay? See, if you are in a zone where you think you have to do, then ask yourself, why do you think you have to do it? What is it that makes you think you have to do it? So, are you trying to please somebody, or are you trying to live up to some image of yourself that you don't believe in? So, if you are not trying to do these things, you don't have to do anything. You only do what you believe is you are supposed to do, and don't do anything if you don't believe in it. And if you believe in it, you don't have to do it, you want to do it. And if you don't believe in it, you don't have to do it, you can leave doing it. So ask yourself the reason why you are doing what you are doing. For example, I take classes all day, not because I have to, but because I understand I want to. And if I stop understanding that, I don't have to do anything, right? So you only have to do something if you believe in it. And if when you believe in it, you don't have to do it, you want to do it. And if you don't believe in it, stop doing it, because it's anyway of no use. Because the energy that you are creating while doing it is not in consonance with the work that you are doing. So you are doing the work with one hand and cursing the work on the other. So basically, the final product is close to negative, not anything positive. So you should stop doing it right now. Okay. Om Shanti. Let's meditate for some time. Slowly, gently, again withdraw your attention. Pull it back from all the sounds and sights, both external and that of the mind, and bring it to your face. In this second, I am only aware of my face. The only thing I can see is my face, feel is my face. Now move your attention to the point between the eyes. And let your attention go within to that being sitting behind the eyes, that radiant, shining star of light. The peaceful soul that you are. Let your attention rest on the beauty of you, the soul. You are light, pure divine light, and very light. Experience your light and your lightness. I'm a very easy point of light, very pure and very light. The purity, the divinity, the light within me is radiating onto my face and giving my face a calmness, a beauty, a peace, a radiance that I have never experienced before. I am pure. I am peaceful. And in this moment, I relish my purity and peace. Just sit in these feelings for some time. Shanti.